Rattler Vlog, episode 38. Hope you're having a great Tuesday. My name is Kim. Hanging out here. I'm the Rattlers announcer. I've been doing it for, 14 years now, I think, something like that. Love it. Absolutely love it. Tonight on the show, we are going to be bringing on the premier goalkeeper in the ACAC. And I hope he doesn't mind me saying that, but it's true. Ha ha!
Hey, Kim, how's it going?
Good. Joao Batista joining us right now on the Rattler vlog. Is there a way that I could maybe kind of get you to turn away from the window? That's much better.
Better? Nice.
Yeah, we can see your face that way. It's awesome. Uh, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. Loving the
Good.
weather for sure.
Checking out your Instagram. You have done a lot over the past few weeks, really. Uh,
Yeah,
did I see that you went cliff jumping? Is that right?
I did, yes. I did a road trip through BC to do a few hikes. So went all the way to Yoho National Park, then went down to Kelowna area to do a few hikes there, enjoy the hot weather, then back to Fernie, spent 2 weeks and a half just
Wow.
doing hikes. Yeah,
Good for you.
yeah.
Do you uh, do you love the heat? And does that remind you of home? I mean, I don't know much about the climate of maybe your area of Brazil, but do you come from a pretty hot environment there?
I'd say it would be fair to say that everywhere in Brazil is pretty hot. It's very humid. My area, we have 2, 3 weeks of cold where it gets to 0 degrees, but very rarely, nothing compared to here.
That ain't cold, man. I like on your Instagram on the cliff jumping story, you have a quote there. It says, "Someday you're going to leave this world behind. Something, something. So make it a life to remember," or something like that.
Exactly. Like just a phrase that I really like that, you know, it's fine to have it well, let's say everyone has to work, has to have some boring part on their lives, but some people need to make the most of their free time, enjoy as much as they can. Like Canada is so fortunate to have the mountains, to have such a beautiful country, and be
Hmm.
able to enjoy that on your free time. I feel it's very important for the mental health of everyone.
Well, and if there's one thing that we've, I guess, come to realize over the past few months is that uh, life can be can go pretty quick, right? I
Mhm.
mean, there is no guarantee that you're going to live to be 60 or 70 or 80 or 90,
Mhm.
right? I mean there are people that catch the virus today and
Yeah,
they might have a couple of weeks left.
exactly. Well, and you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, right?
Yep.
I I've learned a lot the past few years. My team that I had a lot of friends in, that I practiced a lot of time. In 2016, they had a plane crash. Most of the team passed away.
Wow.
So it's like those moments that you learn to enjoy the moment, to focus on the good things, to appreciate every second.
Hmm. Tell me a little bit about what it was like growing up for you. Was your family like in the society in Brazil,
Hmm.
upper, middle, lower class? Where did you fit in, and what was childhood like for you?
So for most of my childhood, I'll, I'll say I was fortunate enough to live in a middle class family. Of course, had some struggles as every middle class has. I see my family now is doing really well. Like both have good jobs. I have a stepfather that I consider himself one of the most important figures in my life. I love him. I see him as a really nice father. I appreciate calling him every day to talk.
Hmm.
So I know that like him, even before I met him, he also came from a middle to lower end and able to study, build a career. Same with my mother that she owns her own company. It's you know, I've seen both sides struggling and growing together and going from a middle to low class and be able to have a very good life.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, in Brazil, the difference between upper and lower is
It's
astonishing, right? I mean,
yes,
the poverty there, the
it
poverty there.
is.
Tell me
Yeah,
more.
there's a big gap between the higher class where like when you translate the salaries, they'll get 10, 15,000 per month, while the minimum wage is $250.
Hmm.
So people that are on the lower level, it's so complicated for them to move on from that level. And on the same way, you have people on the higher level that they ended up getting so much money and like so much that they don't even know how to spend with.
Hmm.
So this difference in class in Brazil is something that I would say everyone that's watching right now that has been to a third world country familiar can familiarize with what I'm saying. Like here in Canada, if you have a low end job like a server or working at McDonald's, you're able to have a good salary, to be able to travel, to go to Europe. While I have friends in Brazil that like they've worked their whole lives and they were never able to even travel outside Brazil.
I see a lot of people talking Portuguese in the comments here, and I really wish I could understand what they were saying. There's a lot of comments there, and I would love to find out what is going on there, but
So I have Lucas, childhood friend. I
sorry.
grew up with him, saying, "Best goalkeeper in the world," but I'm not understanding anything because he doesn't speak English. And then my brother goes and say, like, "Go study English. It's about time."
That's funny. How your English, would you agree that your English has come along extremely well? I remember watching some of the TV interviews that you did, and I got to give you credit for the bravery. I mean, you could have said no TV. I can't do it or whatever, but you tried. You jumped right in there and you did your best. And
Well,
it was kind of a train wreck, but you did it.
again, live a life you will remember, right?
Yep.
So right now, I have one of those videos on my Instagram of me talking to the TV my first year. Pretty much knew how to say a couple words, had some fun out of it. We always, like every time my friends and I look at those videos, people from the team as well, we always have a good laugh
Yep.
with that.
Yep. Yep. What are you hearing back home as far as the virus goes? And I've heard that Brazil is having actually quite a difficult time
Mhm.
with it. Give us an update from what you're hearing back home.
So from what I'm hearing, from what I really have a passion for graphics. So from what I've seen, Brazil hasn't reached its peak yet, which is something to worry about because numbers right now we've passed 100,000 deaths a few days ago. And Brazilians have always had a problem understanding rules and following rules. So right now, that's a moment that they need to follow some of the rules. They're not doing it. The virus is spreading very quickly there. It's winter there right now, so I believe as a flu, it would spread easily on
Hmm.
winter because you tend to stay inside, place more often with other people. So it's this the situation is not looking very good right now, and
So,
there's a lot of discussion because you know how in Alberta the government of Alberta kind of decides what the rules will be. In Brazil, you have like different cities deciding how to follow protocols and so on. So you have cities that went on full on lockdown and have really low case, and at some point have cities that they have shopping malls open, almost no rules in place. So
mhm.
you have like numbers that are just too high.
Okay, so what is okay, I compare it to the US
Hmm.
where in America the attitude is I I live in a free country and I do what I want because my freedom is the most important thing, right? And that is kind of the problem that that attitude does not work with beating a pandemic.
Mhm.
That's an American attitude. What is the Brazilian attitude? Or would you say it's just because the health system has collapsed is the reason why there's all the deaths? What would you
Well,
say?
I believe that freedom is the most important thing anyone can have in life, but you need to be careful when your freedom starts affecting other people. That's my thought. It's fine for, as you've seen in US, teenagers going for spring breaks, and yes, we're gonna catch the virus. It's fine. Our immune system is strong enough, which is true. But then it you ended up passing to people that don't have the same immune system, and that's what I feel it's happening in Brazil. I have friends that have seen that they're partying, friends that I know that have been like they got a positive for COVID and going out and partying and just not caring about the whole situation. So, and the Brazil also has free health care, of course, not at the same quality as Canada. So we have limited space for
Mm,
for healthcare. So, for example, my city has 90% of intensive care areas filled right now. So,
mhm.
like, things are not looking good for Brazil at the moment.
What is the social structure? Do grandparents typically live with the family, or like do you have a number of generations in a household, or what is a typical arrangement like in Brazil?
So, you see this more on a middle to lower class, as it's so hard for you to grow in life and to have a better payment. You see a lot of young adults still living with their parents. It's something completely normal in Brazil. So, and Brazilian is a culture that people that have been there can confirm this with me. It's a very touching culture. People like to talk, like to spend family time. My family, normally every Sunday, we have barbecue together. We invite the whole family over, and that's just a routine for us. We love spending time with our families, with our friends. So there's a lot of contact between people.
Hmm. So aside from the family, that
Hmm.
side of it aside, what do you miss the most about home? What breaks? What just what when you're just like, I wish I was home right now. Is it the sports and just kind of the environment in Brazil with soccer and whatnot? Is it the amazing food? Is it the beaches? Is it what do you miss?
the the environment in soccer for sure, like watching games in a stadium in Brazil, it's a unique experience. But I would say what I miss the most is the food in Brazil, how cheap food is, how tasty it is. It's for sure what I miss the most. Uh, I'm not very connected to Brazil as many Brazilians are. We have our friends that play soccer here. They're from Rio de Janeiro. They just love that country with their hearts. I would say for me and my brother, we know how to separate. We've learned how to love Canada a
Hmm.
lot. So I'm not very attached to Brazil. I for sure miss my family, miss my friends there. But if I have to choose one thing, it would be the food for
The
sure.
food. All right. Do you have McDonald's in Brazil?
We have McDonald's, but it's not a place that you would eat frequently.
Really?
Uh, oh yeah, like Brazilians are not a big fan of fast food, hamburgers. We have like mainly the restaurants in Brazil, they're all you can eat. And this is like the typical Brazilian plate where you have portion of salad, rice, black beans, and a piece of meat. Like that is the typical Brazilian food.
Okay.
Yeah.
What is Brazilian barbecue?
So Brazilian barbecue it's something unique. Like
Okay.
if you're in Calgary, you should go try one of the Brazilian restaurants there. So what they do, they use kind of a sword and put meat on that sword and then put to grill on the fire, and that meat stays there for hours sometimes. It's
Okay.
no, Guy, I see my brother commenting fries
Fries.
there. Come on, Guy. No, but the Brazilian barbecue is, and for the city where I'm from, we're very close to Argentina, which both, like Argentina is the biggest meat eater in the world. So we've learned a lot with them.
Okay.
So Brazilian
What?
barbecue is something that everyone should try
Okay.
at
What?
least
Okay.
once.
Give me a suggestion. What is the absolute best and most authentic Brazilian restaurant in Alberta?
Uh, I've been to only two restaurants here in Alberta. You have right in the Calgary downtown. There's a place called Minas Brazilian Steakhouse. Food there is very well. It's Brazilian food for sure.
Okay.
Before this pandemic, me and my brother would always try to go once every month or every 2 months. If we're in Calgary, it's a must stop. Yeah,
Mina's Steakhouse in Calgary, says Guy. There you
yeah.
go. Awesome. Awesome. All right. Tell me about the most amazing sporting experience that you have ever had as a fan. Would
As a
that have been at a
fan,
huge soccer stadium in Brazil or what? Tell me a little bit about that.
I would say as a fan. So my city is it's considered a small city in Brazil. Have 200,000 inhabitants. Very small soccer team. Like everyone that knows the team is has always been one of the underdogs. Not even close to have as much money as other teams in Brazil have. And I was able to pretty much watch every game growing up since I was 9, 10, and be able to see them go from the fifth division in Brazil all the way to the first division, which was a big thing. Watch them win an international tournament. So I would say it's the combination of all those experience, all those games that
Okay.
I've watched and being there. And as I got older, I was able to practice with the players. I was part of the youth team my whole childhood. So I was very connected with that team and be able to see them growing and be able to reach first division of Brazil, which is one of the main soccer countries. It was something unique and amazing.
Okay. So pretend we're there right now.
Hmm.
We're watching a game
Yeah.
and they're playing their most hated rival.
Hmm.
Who would that be?
Well, so my city is not the capital of the province. We're kind of on the rural area, far away
Yeah.
from the capital. So people from capital call us rednecks all the time. So I would say games against the teams from the capital.
Okay.
That's for
You're
sure.
you're there.
Yeah.
And this team from the capital is here and you're playing them and you hate them. What song are we singing? In the
Oh,
crowd. The crowd's going crazy. Everyone's standing. There's people waving their flags and everything else. What are we singing? Go ahead.
uh, let me think a little bit because I don't want to curse right now.
Really, there's actually swearing in the songs.
Oh yeah, there's so much swearing on those songs. I believe if I swear in Portuguese, it's fine.
Yes, it is.
Uh,
Go ahead.
well, so let me think because
Guy,
I haven't been.
okay, hey, hang on. Guy, help him out. Guy's typing right now. Guy,
Is
what are
it?
what are we singing if we're in the crowd watching this big game against those jerks from the capital? And one other thing, like what are these songs about? Is it to get under the skin of like one particular player, or is it to distract the keeper, or like what are these songs typically about, and what are they for?
So they for sure have some intention of getting under the skin of the players. But when you're on a high level soccer, you players are not caring if you're trying to get under their skin. It's most and then mostly supporting your own team. Trying to make them go. If they stop passing the ball too much on the back and start losing the ball, you start to sing to see if they start playing with the song, if they get some passion into them.
All right, okay, hang on a sec here. I'm the worst for that, as I am not a soccer fan. I've been to stadium maybe three times in my life. Okay, all right. So, is there a song that comes to mind?
Okay, I got one.
Okay.
Uh, Vamos que o jogo vai ser louco, tem bomba e pipoco e o bicho vai pegar. Seja no gol, no sufoco, em muitos ou em pouco, jamais vamos parar. But You know, like when one person is singing seems stupid, but when you have 20,000, depending the team, 80,000, 100,000 people singing at the same time and making a lot of noise is actually sometimes hurts the ear.
You can feel the stadium shaking, I'm sure.
You can, yeah. You can actually feel, I've felt so many times, like when someone's, I won't be translating that geek. uh, so mainly like when the team scores, everyone is jumping. You see people that are drinking beers, beers are flying. You know, I see someone right beside me that I've never seen my whole life. Give that person a big hug. We're all celebrating. Everyone is jumping. Stadium is sometimes it's actually scary because it has happened in the past. Some old stadiums ended up breaking and people getting injured with that.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's just very cool experience. We always say that people that only watch European soccer, they don't know what passion about soccer is. So
I
if
tell
I,
you, like I watched some Bundesliga,
mhm.
and I think that looks pretty crazy.
You know, from all the European fans, the Bundesliga, in my opinion, they are the closest that you can get from a South American fan.
Okay.
Yeah, we always make fun of. I know that people here in Canada loves to watch the English Premier League. We make so much fun of the English Premier League fans that they're always just sitting and clapping. You don't see much from them.
You know, I really wish that Canadian hockey fans could see the passion of, you know, South American or some areas of Europe.
Hmm.
Because if you could take that style of fan and put it into a hockey rink,
Yeah,
now that would be a good time.
it would be. And you know, like on hockey rings, you're just so close to the players. Well,
Yep.
you're just a glass apart, a window apart. So you can imagine how the atmosphere would get.
Yeah.
But you will not be able to get South American fans to a hockey game because they would break those glass, they would get into the ice. It would be problematic.
All right. Hey, we got Joao Batista joining us right now, Rattlers men's soccer goalkeeper. Give us a little update on your education now. Are you done or are you headed back in the fall?
No, back in fall, I have 2 more semesters to go. Finishing this semester, financial service diploma, and then by the end of the winter semester, I'm also going to have a management diploma.
Good for
And
you.
then I'm done for now with my education. Of course, I
Hmm.
want to one day come back, and education is always important. That is one of the main reasons why I came to Canada. I could try to pursue a soccer career in Brazil, but I've learned from many players that you're always an injury from your retirement.
Yep.
So
Yep. What are you hearing as far as the return to play in the fall goes? Will you be allowed to practice in the fall with the Rattlers, or what do we know?
our season was already postponed to the spring, so we won't have any official games. We are waiting for the go ahead from the school to start practice. So far, we don't have the go ahead yet. Our schedule, we're supposed to start practicing on August 10th, was our first date, but it just keeps getting pushed back because we don't know yet if we're gonna get authorization from the school to practice. We have a few players, me included. We're going to the soccer field every morning and every night to practice to get some touches on the ball, but official practice we still don't have to go ahead.
Got you. Well, I mean, fingers crossed. I mean, personally, I mean, I think that soccer is probably one of the safer sports to play, really.
Hmm.
I would think. I mean, maybe I guess the travel would be the concern, I suppose.
Hmm.
You know, do you think you've had it already? Do you
I don't
suspect
think
that you've had COVID already?
I don't think so. I've
No.
I've taken all the precautions necessary to keep myself without having it. Uh, Again, I believe I have an immunologic system strong enough to fight it, but
Hmm.
I don't want to take any chance as of today. I've seen people. younger than me with a better health than I have, having lots of problems with it. So
It's
the type
true.
of thing, why take the chance, right?
Have you gone to take a test yet? Have you had your first test?
I haven't yet.
No?
No. Well, so right now I'm on the process of renewing my visa. So during that process, I ended up losing my Alberta Health Care card. So it expired. So right now I can't take the COVID test. So I'm waiting to get my Alberta Health Care card back again. So then I will take the test.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, be extremely careful then, my friend. Seriously. All right, time now for show and tell with Joao Batista. We
hmm
always like to get our guests to show us something around their house that is interesting or weird or incredible, but just something that's got a sentimental value to it.
Here, I have the perfect thing. I have this photo over here from my first season as a Rattler. So this was my first year here, one of the last games of the season before provincials. So I actually have two of those portraits. I have one here, one down in my bedroom. I have a few news from the newspaper also in my bedroom, just to remind me of soccer and remind me of every good moment that I've had as a Rattler so far.
Awesome. Awesome. What does Canada mean to you?
Well, what Canada means, it's not my home country. It's not the country that I was born, but I just love it. I see it as a place that I could for sure stay forever. It's a place that I've learned to love. I've learned a lot about the Canadian culture. I've learned how amazing people are. So Canada is for sure my favorite country in the world right now.
Well, you feel free to stay if you like. We'll let you
That's
stay.
that's the goal.
In fact, we hope you do. We hope you do. All right. Once again, Joao Batista, thank you so much for joining us
You're
tonight.
more than welcome.
Congratulations. Congratulations on a stellar career with the Rattlers so far. And I can't wait to watch practices and more game action and just kind of enjoy the remaining time that we have with you as part of Medicine at College. So, again, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your summer, and we'll see you very soon.
You as well. Take care.
All right. Take
Bye.
care. There he goes. Once again, Joao Batista joining us right now on the Rattler Vlog, episode 38. That's it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much. On behalf of Joao, have a great night, and we'll see you very soon. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.